I think that's the biggest legacy that I want to leave is an awesome work ethic and hopefully just being a good rooter. So I tore my ACL in Singapore last year. It damaged my cartilage quite bad in my knee. Just my toe caught the ground, and then I just felt like these two hard clicks in my knee, and then got surgery to fix that. And then about 9 months after that surgery, I got at training, I stepped off it again and then re-tore my ACL. So I'm recovering from a back-to-back ACL. And then 2.5 weeks after my second surgery, I got a wound infection, and then had to go back into hospital for an emergency surgery, and then get all the infection out, and then stayed in hospital for about 8 days, and then was on a drip for a couple of weeks after that. At one stage, they were like, "I'll be lucky if you actually get to play rugby again after this." And now I'm about hopefully return to players around December, January. Hopefully, touch wood, nothing else goes wrong. A putu, or this one's actually a waha'ika, which is often more of this sort of shape, and they normally have a figure on the side and then a figure down the bottom. And it's basically just an old war weapon that they used to use in battle, and I guess in today it just holds significance of sometimes it's leadership, or sometimes it's strength or courage. So we've had a putu for 5 years now, I think, and kind of had this idea of we should probably reward people who are the best defenders in our team, and I kind of brought the putu in that way. And then eventually I think the putu had so much, we kind of put so much mana or so much respect into it that we started taking it out for our big games. It's pretty special, so it's quite cool to take it out in our special games and everyone get a hand on it and know that I guess we're connecting back to the whenua, or back to the land, or maybe back to the whole team, that not just the boys that are out there on the field, but also our families back home or the players back home. So that's why we take it out there for our special games.
Whenever I think of Stubby, I guess I think of a hard worker. He's always stealing extras, always wanting to be better. And I guess the last 2 years has been a real good test for him to, I guess, give him a good challenge around overcoming serious injuries, and not only one, but two. So, yeah, it's tested him. But I know in the long run, it's going to make him a hell of a rugby player and also a human being.
They rip right through it, through Knewstubb. It was a superbly worked set piece.
So I met Stubbs 2017 Nationals, I think it was. I got picked up and brought into the team. Not many people 60, 70 kgs like him could do the things that he's done.
Knewstubb stays alive on the run. Knewstubb going towards the six. Bibby tries to get him. Can't do so.
We've sort of embraced all the cultures in our team, our Samoan, Fijian, Tongan, Māori and Pakeha cultures, and Stubby's been massive around bringing in carvings for our team. And I guess I've been pretty lucky this season to be able to carry it out for most finals. And I guess it's quite fitting that Stubby hasn't been able to be with the team when we've been away the last few years. So it's been cool that since he's the creator of it, we can sort of carry it out, and I guess it's sort of bringing him with us, and not only him, the whole team.
I just come out here and I kind of get away from everything, and I guess it's something that mellows me out. And yeah, it kind of separates me from, you know, the disappointment of not being out there with the boys, or like the frustrations that I have of not being able to do certain things.
The rehab process is quite a long journey, and usually a return to play is anywhere from like 9 to 12 months, depending on meeting criteria, depending on strength, depending on all those things that you've got to meet to return to play. So it is quite a long journey. And then, unfortunately, having a second ACL injury is really tough.
I think probably the first time was the most challenging for the head, just because I hadn't really gone through anything like that before. I probably didn't realise how much I put into rugby, and then when it kind of got taken away, I was like, oh, we got this thing we're like not allowed to say. We try not to say hard, like we try not to say anything's hard, because we still get to do the things that we love, and there's still a lot of positive things that we get to do. I've been chipping away with this one for Canterbury, and then chipping away with this one for Bay of Plenty, and then I've done a few other bits and bobs, like obviously done the ones with the sevens, also done a few guitars, and like it's quite cool. Like I said, I'm definitely not a master carver, and you know, I get coaches coming up to me saying, oh, I want it to represent this value, and I want it to connect us to this old legend or whakatauki, like I was saying, Māori proverb. And so I guess the challenge for me is to try to put it on a piece of rako, or put it into a putu. If I was to design a putu for my story, I'm not too sure. Probably have a massive crack going through it, represent my knee. Nah. I'd probably chop down an old apple tree. I don't know, I picked a lot of apples, and I learned a lot of lessons while I was picking apples. Down in Nelson, and yeah, like I said, it'd probably have a massive split down the middle, representing the old knee. But yeah, I don't know, that's a tough question, but I'd always try to represent my family and where I'm from. I think would be the most important thing. And then, yeah, I guess just all the journeys along the way. And then I'll definitely leave a big chunk of it plain, you know, because there's still a lot of stories to be told, hopefully, in my career. So